that. It's time for Big Trash with our boy Ben Shapiro. Thanks, True Blue, for following. This is called Barack Obama Attacks the Electoral College and the Senate on Comedy Central. And I got to be honest with you. I just don't think he's going to think it's very funny. I don't know about you, but that's not very epic.
Meanwhile,
the
Democrats just keep saying awful things about Republicans because this is the way that it works, guys.
But you're awful, Ben. Have you considered not being awful? Benjamin, have you considered trying not to be awful?
Don't you understand? It's time for unity, by which they mean surrender. It's time for, and they don't just mean surrender in the election in 2020, right? The Electoral College has already voted. They mean surrender forever, right? Surrender your priorities. Just let the Democrats have their way with the country. That is what they mean.
Definitely. And when Donald Trump was president and he was like, hey, fuck everybody who isn't Republican, that was also a call for unity. True. Why do they always, I know why they always, but let's ask the question anyway. Why are they always whiny piss babies? Why are Republicans constantly whiny piss babies that smell their own farts? Like, what is it about whiny piss babies that smell their own farts with no integrity that makes them Republicans? I mean, every Republican I can think of is a whiny piss baby that smells his own farts and has no integrity and doesn't live in the real world. And if you're a whiny piss baby that smells his own farts, has no integrity, you don't believe in the real world, and you don't understand science at all, then how are you gonna be good at things? Because you are a whiny piss baby. I forgot. No, bit's over. Can't remember. Let's say hypothetically I cried for several minutes to show. Let's say, yep.
So Barack Obama, Captain Unity, right? He's doing his book tour. He's such a unifying figure. Remember, according to the media, this guy was the most unifying figure in modern American politics. He really just brought people together. That's all Barack Obama did. He was unbelievably divisive.
Okay, I can't stop looking at his eyebrows. It might be because I took. It might be because I've smoked a marijuana 2 hours ago. I don't think that's it.
And the rise of the intersectional coalition, the rise of intersectionality as a philosophy, it really occurred under his watch. And it was a political move by Obama that he really started to treat separate segments of the American population as voting blocks that he could appeal to and then cobble together a coalition against the quote-unquote system that really did break apart. I think that if the country is irrevocably broken, a lot of people on the left are going to attribute that to election 2016. No way. The country got broken in 2012.
Ben, the country's not going to be broken. You're being a whiny piss baby again. The country's fine. Most people don't like fascism. A lot of you like fascism. It's too many people, but most people don't. And pretty much what's going to happen here, if you, this is the way your broken country looks. People are going to live their life independent of your desire in regards to how they ought to live their life, right? We're going to push for things and eventually get universal health care, things like UBI. All these things are going to happen down the road, right? Because people are fucking tired of this. Normies are becoming exposed and radicalized to the anti-capitalist ideas every single day. Every single year, there's a new crop of voters that come out and they're 18 years old and they're on TikTok and they're watching Twitch and they're on YouTube and they're getting information from people like me. Can you believe that imagine this, chat. You are at the ground level of a countrywide dismantling of the capitalist and Republican conservative system just because you like watching people like me or fuck. I mean, even the worst of us, name your least favorite leftist, Even the worst of us is better than the best Republican. That's what I'm talking about, man. And a lot of us are much more popular. And a lot of us are better communicators. And a lot of us win debates. And a lot of come on. I mean, come on. Look at this. I have blue fucking hair and I'm in a corn suit right now. And you know for a fact that I would destroy Ben Shapiro. I would fucking destroy him. I'm a little bit high too. It doesn't take a lot because his entire thing is based in non-ethics. I don't know how bobby pins work, but I got one over here, right? I need to fix this. I thought I had one. I don't know where it's at. There it is. We need to make this work. I don't know how bobby pins work, but we're gonna make this happen. It's got to stay out of my eye hole. I need my eye hole, so this has got to move. It's got to move up here. Do you split it? I've never used a bobby pin in my life. Am I doing it? That's close. Jake, I spoke with my partners. One who has a pyrotechnics license. My non-binary gender reveal is going to involve cupcakes and safe explosives. You're welcome. Very excited. What about the debate where the guy said you had the heart of a cat? I did lose that one. As soon as you bring up my cat heart, I crumble like a little piss baby. Look at that. Get help from Sarah. She's doing stuff. You know, she lives her own life, chat. Okay.
That's when the country got broken. In 2008, Barack Obama ran as a traditional unifying political figure, right? No red states, no blue states, the United States. By 2012, he had basically decided that he was going to abandon pushing a message that was acceptable and palatable and interesting for a majority of Americans. He was instead going to go to each intersectional group.
Yeah. You know, the president in 2012 who won the election, he didn't appeal to the majority of Americans. What? You aren't the majority of Americans, Ben Shapiro. Surprise. You're not the majority. He wasn't running in 2016. The majority of Americans have come back to realize that they don't like your stuff anyway. You lost the election by record numbers. In 2016, they put out Hillary Clinton, who wasn't running on Obama's message. So, I mean, you can't say that they hated Barack Obama's message. Okay, let's be honest, chat. Let's be 100% honest. If you had to choose between Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, or break precedent and let Barack Obama have a third year, who would you have chosen? Or a third term? Let's be real. It's Barack Obama every time. How fucked is that? How fucked is that? Absolutely wild. Now this side's doing stuff. God damn it.
Group. Tell them he's going to prioritize their needs, cobble them together, and then direct them at the overarching system. And suggest that if you disagreed with him, it was because you're bigoted against those specific groups. If somebody broke American politics, it was this schmuck. Anyway, here's the schmuck saying that the GOP is the minority party, and then saying that the Senate basically shouldn't exist anymore. So that's exciting. He attacks the Senate and the Electoral College. But don't worry, unity is on its way, guys. The era of good feelings is here.
The Republican.
Okay, there's an argument to be made for not allowing the Senate to be a thing because it eliminates representative democracy, right? Because like Montana has as many is a red state or whatever, but I mean think of a small blue state, Hawaii. They don't have a lot of people, and they have as much pull in the Senate as everybody else. Not really representative, but we can talk about that. As far as the Electoral College, why would you be stand for the Electoral College unless you wanted to specifically continue with the Southern strategy of Republicans? Let's be real. Let's be real.
The Republican Party is the minority party in this country. Yep. The only reason that it doesn't look like they're the minority party is because of structures like the U.S. Senate and the Electoral College that don't render them the majority party. So they have certain built-in advantages around power, given their population distribution and how our government works. But the truth of the matter
That's
is
a
that
fact.
60% of the people
How can you disagree with that?
occupying what I would consider a more reality-based universe.
Okay, by the way, isn't this hilarious stuff? He's saying that to Trevor Noah on Comedy Central. I mean, that's comedying right there. And Trevor Noah just sitting there. So here is your very serious Democratic Party. Joe Biden being interviewed by Stephen Colbert and Barack Obama being interviewed by Trevor Noah. Slow clap for the anti-entertainment crew, the very serious political crew. How did they get Trump? I can't imagine. By the way, he happens to be wrong about this. When he says that the Democrats are the majority party, he is right on a federal level right now in terms of the House and in terms of the presidential vote. He is certainly wrong on the state level.
Ben once said Jews who vote left-wing aren't Jewish. You ain't black. The Republicans haven't won the popular vote for the presidency since George W. Bush, I think. 16 years, 20 years, something like that. 2004, 16 years. You're not the majority party. More people don't support you. You don't have support from more people.
Her ramble was just a gorilla.
You're going to eventually fucking not have members, really. You're not gonna. I mean, this whole fucking thing, man. This whole fucking thing. Oh, but we have the majority elsewhere, bro. You can't even be in office until you're 35. That's close to 20 years of voting without being able to hold political office for a lot of these places, and then or 30, and then for some places you can be. But what 20-year-old has the means to do that or the time? Because you have to have a certain amount of money to be able to run. You have to be able to get so many signatures. You have to have the time to do that stuff. Like working class people don't really have that amount of time. The reason you see a majority of people in their 50s or up is because it's something that people can do when they're not working full-time anymore, like they're part-time retired or something, or they've been successful enough to have the time to go campaign. This is not how it works anymore. So when you say, all Republicans have a majority of seats at the state level, it's because it's your fucking boomer. It's a boomer. It's a boomer. You're going to, I mean, look, every single year they continue to lose. I missed the beginning. Are you cornweeb? Shut up, flower girl. I'm Mimsy Mays. Ben seriously just said nuh-uh about the Electoral College being unrepresentative, then argued, look at the states. There's more Republican ones. I know, right?
On the state level, right now, the state level chambers, Republicans control about 3,900 seats in state legislative houses, and the Democrats control about 3,400 seats in state legislative houses.
Wowzers.
Okay, when it comes to states,
it's almost like Democrats have fewer locations because most people that happen to be left-leaning live in higher population densities. So if you live in higher population densities, you're not going to be spread out among all of these different counties and shit. You're going to be put into to smaller areas. I still don't understand how Republicans don't understand not just like population distribution, but gerrymandering, how they don't understand like land doesn't vote. It's fucking bizarre. Like, do they just go, that looks like a lot of red. That's a lot of red. Must have won. It's like, no, we don't base the president on the amount of red. Did you know that? Did you know? Isn't that weird? Let me see. Let me see if I can find the map. Surely I could find the map. Oh, look. Red v blue. I can't find the counties. I don't know. Counties maybe? Oh. There we go. Here we go. Let's look at that. Look at this. This is the one. This is the one. This is the one right here. Red 5. Thanks so much for the 15 months, man. That looks like a lot of red. Literally nobody lives here. These haven't seen human footsteps since the Mesozoic era. Were we alive in the Mesozoic era? Mesozoic era? We were alive, right? No, that was 250 million years ago. What am I thinking of? When did... Wait. What era did humans first appear? The Miocene! That's what I meant. Shut up, chat. Not Holocene. Okay? Anyway, look at that red. Look how much red that is. So much red. Look at that. Wow. That's how we decide. We kind of just let a child draw things, and then sometimes there's a little bit of blue. Like they have more red than blue, and we're just like, all right, do your best. If I overlaid this with major cities and the black population, the combination of major cities and the black population, do you know what we would see? A fucking 1-to-1 overlay. Look, Orlando, Miami, Tampa Bay. Oh, look, Houston, Austin, Dallas. Oh, look, Los Angeles. Oh, look, Detroit. Oh, wow. Good job, Massachusetts. Mostly blue. Hell yeah. Mostly blue. Massachusetts. Pretty surprising. Oh, look, there's this weird band here that goes up the Mississippi River and then goes along the... I wonder what that was from. I wonder what these blue lines are from. Isn't that strange? I wonder what industry could have possibly caused all of those blue lines. By the way, for those who don't know the joke I'm making, these are the slave states. And you see these bands of blue here. These are where the black people live due to the fact that there was slavery in the United States of America. There was slavery in the United States of America. Anyway, so let's keep going.
Senates. Republicans control 32 state senates.
Oh my God.
Democrats control 18.
How many people voted against the Republicans? Gotta open my LaCroix for that burn.
Okay, so no, that is not correct. Okay, it turns out we do have a series. The reason he hates the Senate, of course, is because he dislikes the fact that there are institutional obstacles to cramming down his pure mob rule majoritarian ideas on everybody else.
Mob rule majoritarian. Hey, fella, did you know that it's not democracy? Like the only way you really get democracy, right, is a combination of, it's not mob rule. Like, we still have checks and balances in place. The Senate is not a check on the House. Okay? It's not, because the House isn't a check on the Senate whatsoever. The Senate was a thing early on because they didn't understand population distribution as well as we have now. They didn't foresee the way that the population would be. They kind of thought it was going to be pretty ubiquitous across the land because everyone was going to have a certain amount of acreage to them and whatever. And so, because they thought they were going to be pretty agrarian in American society. Turns out the Industrial Revolution happened about 100 years later. So, 140 years or something. Anyway, so as that happens, right, you get a situation where you now have this 2-seat Senate. Every state gets 2 seats, and then the representatives, it's based on population. And it's not representative anymore when you have all the power. Again, like Texas is less powerful, Florida is less powerful, California is less powerful, New York is less powerful in the Senate than someone, say, from Iowa is powerful in the Senate, just due to the fact that they have certain constituencies. And so it's not a check on anything. It limits how representative the democracy runs. If you got rid of the Senate and you could just expand the House, I'm fine with that. You could literally take those 2 Senate positions and say, okay, you go to the House and just give everyone +2. I don't care how it works. And they all vote together. That's more representative. And that's and frankly, that's probably the ideal way to do it, with a legislative branch that is actually representative. Now, it's not going to be 1-to-1, obviously, but you try to, and you try to make sure that you have different voices from different backgrounds. You can't 100% ensure that, but it wouldn't be the worst thing ever. And then you have the presidency, and then you have the judicial branch. There's no reason really to have the Senate. There's talks about what I say. I just said representative. Don't you fucking talk about. It's not a democracy. It's an indirect democracy. It's a type of democracy. Representative republics are types of democracy because you have a vote. It's not a 1-to-1 democracy. It's not a pure democracy. It's not like fucking Athens and Greece. We get it. Well, actually, guy. Nice fucking monocle, bro. Jesus Christ. Get out of it. Nobody gets to be the fucking well, actually, it's not fuck off. No more of that. Use your Prime sub on me. Come on.
That's really what he wants to do. And then people wonder why Republicans and conservatives feel threatened.
Because you feel threatened by everything. You vote on fear.
We understand that you guys want to get rid of all the militating institutions that preserve individual rights. We get it.
What do you mean, preserve individual rights? Motherfucker, you're anti-trans and you're anti-gay. What's more anti-individual rights than telling someone how they ought to literally feel about themselves or a sexual partner? What the fuck, Ben Shapiro? You fucking idiot.
We understand that you just want a bare majority to force itself on the bare minority. That you don't want any of those rights protected so long as the communal interests cut the other way.
The communal interest would be what is beneficial for the highest number of people, Ben. Are you not interested in what is beneficial for the highest number of people in America? Strange.
And it's not just Obama, obviously. It's people like this Biden inaugural official. So there's a Biden inaugural official named Stephanie Cutter. Right? She was also a member of the Team Hillary.
Why does he have a tiny paper with only a little bit writing? If you only have this much writing, make it the whole page and just increase the font size, also increase the spaces. That looks like single rule here. At least do 1.5 space on the Word doc, unless, I don't know, this doesn't seem economical. That's not very good, personally, in my take. Hot take, Athens was less democratic than the U.S. because it had 18th century style franchise. Well, Athens was absolutely less democratic than the U.S., but it wasn't because of just that. It was worse than 18th century franchise. So yeah, there was like 10,000 people that actually participated in direct democracy. However, in Athens, you were forced to do so if you qualified,
and a member of the Obama team as well. Right, so Stephanie Cutter tweeted out in the wake of the statement by Jen O'Malley Dillon, who is one of Biden's deputy chiefs of staff. She suggested that Republicans were effers. Right, so now Stephanie Cutter, who was a longtime senior advisor to Barack Obama, said, quote, "This story is based on one anonymous donor. Really? And does anyone really disagree with the sentiment? This is because Axios ran a piece saying that some Biden aides were worried that O'Malley Dillon had called the GOP effers." So Stephanie Cutter said, "The story is based on one anonymous donor. Really?"
Wait. Why are they playing decency politics because someone called them fuckers? Like, what the? Get over yourself, you limp dick bitch. Like, what the fuck? Oh, they called me a fucker. Ah, you lost the election. You're a loser. You suck.
Does anyone really disagree with the sentiment? Jen just had the guts to say it. Will Republicans prove her wrong? Doubt it. Okay, well, so in other words, she's right. Right, so you have a top Obama official and a top Biden official both saying that Republicans are effers. But don't worry, guys, it's time for unity. It's time to get together. Why won't Republicans just give it up? Why won't Republicans just, sit down and shut up? Meanwhile, you have MSNBC host Mehdi Hasan suggesting that Donald Trump should be overtly prosecuted for COVID deaths. Yes, the era of good feelings is here, guys. There will be no...
overtly prosecuted for COVID deaths. I mean... a little bit. Yeah, a little bit of that.
No recriminations. It's not going to be about punishing the other side. It's
Republicans call black people the N-word. I sleep. Democrat aide calls Republicans fuckers. Real shit?
it's not about viciousness or cruelty. It is simply about, bringing back a time of unity and togetherness. That's why we're now calling for the prosecution of the sitting president of the United States for the effects of a global pandemic that have killed millions of people all over the planet.
Do you think Ben Shapiro no, not the millions of people that, no, Ben. No one wants to prosecute Donald Trump for the deaths around the world. They want to prosecute him for American deaths. Very different. We're very nationalistic in this regard. Do you think Ben Shapiro would be okay if let's say we live in a crazy world and Joe Biden and the rest of the Democrats are actually 100% legitimately like, I really want to coexist with you Republicans. Do you think Ben Shapiro would support that? Me either.
Donald Trump killed hundreds of thousands of people or presided over the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people, preventable deaths, here at home in the United States of America.
True.
And that, for me, you talk about morally abominable. It's sociopathic. Yeah. And I think people should be held to account. I think they should be prosecuted. The people behind these preventable deaths should be prosecuted when they leave office on January 20th.
So this is where things stand in our culture right now.
But he has a leftist tears cup. Do you fill it with your own tears, Ben, and pretend they're leftist tears? They taste similar, but not quite the same.
That people must be punished. People must be punished. Charles Blow has another terrible column in the New York Times. I mean, it's another week, so of course he has another terrible column saying just the same thing. Right? He says, Joe Biden, as he has always said, is seeking to be a unifying president, to be the president of the people who didn't vote for him, as well as the ones who did. I want to have that same optimistic spirit, but I admit my attempts at it may falter. I don't want to be the person who holds a grudge, but I also don't want to be the person who ignores a lesson. The act of remembering that so many Americans were willing to continue the harm to me and others and to the country itself isn't spiteful, but wise. So in other words, remember that so many people voted for Trump. They are the enemy. They are the enemy.
Well, I mean, enemy is such a weird way to phrase it, and I know why he does, because he's a right winger, and that's what they do. Prosecute Loeffler too. Don't hate it. So as far as enemy is concerned, are right wingers, are Trump supporters our enemy? No. Enemy? Come on. I want you to have health care, bro. Enemy? That's a little strong. That's a bit tough. I want you to have health care. I want you to have access to schools and education. I want your kids to have access to those things. I want you to be able to smoke weed in your house for free. Free. Also legally. I want you to be able to marry whoever you want and support your friends and be able to express your gender however you like. I want you to be able to call yourself whatever name makes you most comfortable. I want you to be able to love who you love. Like, that's not my enemy. You're an obstacle. You're an obstacle. And potentially someone whose mind I can change. Probably not. But it happens from time to time. You're stuck in your ways, and it's really sad, and you've been told, and not Ben Shapiro, but his constituents, his fans have been basically brainwashed into believing that if they are right wingers, they are somehow some sort of like counterculture, interesting people. They're not. You're not intellectual because you disagree with science and stuff like that. Rachel Setzer, nope, he's my enemy. If you want to think about it like that, that's fine, but it literally helps nobody. It literally helps nobody. It's not about being enemies, man. It's about being fucking decent to one another. It's about understanding and having empathy for one another, even when you're a shitty person. I want to know why you're a shitty person. I don't want to, like, I'll cut you. You want to be part of my personal life, but it doesn't mean I don't want Ben Shapiro. Like, fuck Ben Shapiro. Fuck Ben Shapiro in every way possible. But if Ben Shapiro, if his doctor wife, did you know his wife's a doctor? If Ben Shapiro's doctor wife loses her job, Ben Shapiro loses his job, they get divorced, he loses his kids, he gets down in the doldrums, and he gets addicted to heroin. First of all, thank you, universe. Second of all, I don't want him to necessarily die from it. I want him to be able to experience like a little bit of that humility that could come from an experience like that. Steeler Faninry. I want you to be able to come out the other side of that and maybe learn something. The odds that Ben Shapiro ever experiences anything that sucks is, besides his own death whenever that happens, probably low. I would like to think that someone is... Cause evil is stupid. The concept of evil is incredibly stupid. People are products of their environments. Ben Shapiro has been told from the day of his birth that he is special and he's also rich and that Republican and conservative ideas are correct. And that's what his job is. He hasn't come to his own conclusion. Let's be real. What I really want is just for people to like fucking be okay, even if it means Ben Shapiro gets health care. I don't care about that. Fuck it. That's fine. Ben doesn't seem like a happy person. Yeah, but he's not like upset. Why is that guy talking about how Ben is a Jew? Pretty weird, my friend. You're on a borderline right now, my guy. Yeah. So I mean, don't let your hatred for someone like Ben Shapiro basically make you become the opposite side of that coin. Because I mean, fuck him, but again, I don't think he should be. Ben is part of the working class we wish to liberate. He isn't part of the working class, but yeah, but even then, there's some compassion to be had for literally anybody, even though he's trash. And I hope he gets punched right in the middle of his face someday in Minecraft, because I feel like he needs it. I feel like he's never been properly bullied. But after that, just to have a little bit of negative experience, I would hope, and it's never going to happen. We're never going to see the day Ben Shapiro has any of that good stuff. I would hope if Ben Shapiro had like he has kids. If either of his kids come out as trans, I would hope there was a redemption arc available. I don't think there's going to be, but usually it takes something like that for someone to be like, you know what, I came around. That's what it took John McCain with his, or was it John McCain? Do you have a gay daughter? No, it wasn't John McCain. It was who was the one with the gay daughter? Was it Dick Cheney? Was it really Dick Cheney? Jesus Christ. Dick fucking Cheney. Hope Ben steps on a Lego. Me too. Lots of them every day.
Anybody who voted for Trump is the enemy. Meanwhile, you got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar openly suggesting that we have to go after Hollywood stars who do not go along with the prevailing political norms. Right? Here's how it feels to be, for those who are not conservative who listen to the show, understand how it feels to be a conservative in America. Okay.
For those who aren't conservative who listen to the show, bro, we do it to hate watch you. We do it for content, not because we like you.
Okay, and facts don't care about your feelings, but the facts happen to back up these particular feelings. Okay, there is a tsunami of institutional hatred against people.
Bro, look at the chat. Meaty. I don't know how your little fucking brain works, okay, Meaty? I don't know how your little fucking meaty brain works, Meaty. All right? You guys are behind me. Okay? You're back in the past, bitch. Meaty, you fuck. You time-traveling fuck. God damn it. God damn it.
People who think differently than the left.
I'm coming after you,
The left
Meaty.
is in control of the scientific establishment. The left is in control of the university establishment. They're in control of the media establishment. They're in control of the entertainment establishment. They're in control of the sports establishment. They're in control of the government establishment as well, particularly in the administrative state. It feels as though everywhere
Jake Duck, I'm too late. You would be too late. I wouldn't know. I would die.
your turn, there are people who are sneering at you. Now, there are people on the hardcore left who say, good, that's the way it should be. But if you are a good-hearted liberal and you wish to have open conversations with people, what you're going to have to decide is whether you wish to make common cause with the sneerers or whether you wish to make common cause with people who still believe in individual rights. Because here's the thing.
You don't believe in individual rights, Ben. You do not believe in individual rights. You don't. You are literally anti all sorts of things that don't include people's individual rights. Gay marriage and transphobia chiefly among them. Like, you don't even think, you literally unironically said I don't think rap music should be considered music. What kind of fucking freedom is that? Like, what? Like, you are a fucking loser, Ben. You're a loser. You lose elections, you lose popular votes, and you're going to continue to do that. You suck. Nobody likes you. It's just how it works. I'm not being very nice for being mimsy tonight. It's okay. You need to understand, Ben. You need to fucking understand. People aren't sneering at you because we're like, right-wingers want to win elections because they want to win. They don't want to win elections so that they can make positive change in American lives, right? Like, what was the Republican platform the last 2 elections? What was the platform? I don't know it. I don't know it. Winter O'Hare, did you misunderstand what I said? Did I tell your ass to break bread with Ben? Or are you just saying what Ben's saying? You better not have misunderstood that, because I don't want you. If Ben Shapiro offers you bread, you eat different bread, Winter, because I like you and I love you and I appreciate you, and I don't know what Ben put in that fucking bread. He's probably gonna he's probably gonna see. Well, I just imagine Ben Shapiro, the sniveling little weasel man, and he sees a trans person, and he's like, yes, I'll make bread with him. And then he goes over, and he sees a trans person, and maybe it's a trans woman, and he's like, yes. And then you take a bite of it, and he's like, instead of date rape drugs, he just shoves testosterone pills in the bread. He's like, be a man, you've always been a man. That's Ben Shapiro. That's Ben Shapiro's fucking snively whiplash brain. Ben tried to fight a Twitter bot that called him short. That's true. Break the bread over his head in Minecraft. Evil Ben is a D-list Batman villain in this story. Pretty much. Like, come on. He'd be like, yeah, take the testosterone, turn back into what you're supposed to be. It's like, you're fucking weird, bro. Don't trust the bread. It'll give you boy parts. Because Ben wants you to be a boy. And that's pretty weird, frankly. The Republican platform was trickling the lips. Exactly. They didn't have a fucking platform, bro. You don't have a platform. It's literally just I don't like it. Wait, what bread will give you a penis? No. Ben's bread will give you the opposite of whatever you want. If you want boy parts, you're gonna get lady bits. If you want lady bits, you're getting boy parts. If you want neither, you're getting double. I'm just saying, that's how Ben works. Ben's trash.
There's a high correlation between the people who sneer at people who think differently and the people who wish to shut those people down and violate individual rights in the process.
Individual rights. Shut up.
Now, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has a piece in The Hollywood Reporter, it's a perfect confluence of celebrity, saying that celebrities deserve a legacy-killing backlash when they spread ignorance. He says the only thing people enjoy more than watching a celebrity's rocketing ascent to international fame is watching an aging celebrity's flaming plummet to the hard, cold ground of disgrace and obscurity.
No, not double penises. You get both. You get hoo-ha and a ding-dong.
It is both a warning against hubris, believing you're too famous to fall, and a reminder that the same people who made you popular can turn on you. Some, like Bill Cosby and Harvey Weinstein, committed heinous acts to obliterate their achievements. But social media has provided a weapon for others to commit instantaneous career suicide and destroy any good faith legacy they spent a lifetime building, like Howard Hughes, whose contributions to aviation and filmmaking were overshadowed by such eccentricities as collecting his own nail clippings in jars. These figures are obscuring their own careers.
Is he bad at reading, or was that just really painful for everybody else? Maybe I'm just real stupid. Am I real stupid, or was that entirely impossible to follow? Like, his cadence was weird. It kept fucking me up. Anybody? You blanked? Yeah, you blanked? Okay, cool. Because I fucking just like... people are talking about nail clippings. I totally missed this. Okay, I'm going to go back. I'm going to back up a little bit because I don't know what the fuck he was talking about.
Popular can turn on you. Some, like Bill Cosby and Harvey Weinstein, committed heinous acts to obliterate their achievements. But social media has provided a weapon for others to commit instantaneous career suicide and destroy any good faith legacy they spent a lifetime building, like Howard Hughes, whose contributions to aviation and filmmaking were overshadowed by such eccentricities as collecting his own nail clippings in jars. These figures are obscuring their own careers.
Thanks, Devin Deadhouse, for hanging out with the 110 bits and first timer here. Glad you're here. I'm Mimsy Maze tonight. Nice to meet you. I got a puppet. You guys want to see my high budget puppet? Hi! I'm a puppet. My name is Sock. There we go. There we go. We did it. Maybe we'll do a bit in a little bit.
So he talks about Rudy Giuliani.
Okay.
And then he talks about J.K. Rowling. Right? J.K. Rowling is super bad. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Because J.K. Rowling says that boys and girls...
Not Maisie Moon? Ooh, Mimsy Maze. Ooh, but Maisie Moon is pretty good, too. Should we change it to Maisie Moon?
...exist. Says Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, she deserves the hatred. He says her anti-trans tweets may not only damage the Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts franchises, they could up tainting her entire literary legacy. Even the stars of the movies, Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, Rupert Grint, Eddie Redmayne, have spoken out against her position. Well, you know, if Eddie Redmayne says a thing, woohoo! Well then.
I don't know why Ben Shapiro thinks that the way society works is famous person says X, I ought to also think X. No. What it does, it's normalization. It's just normalization. So if Eddie Redmayne and other people, other famous folks, Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, whatever, if these people are saying, hey, I support trans people, it's not, and you should also support trans people because I'm Eddie fucking Redmayne, you know, from The Danish Girl, which is a very good movie, by the way. The Aeronauts, very good movie. It's just open support, using a platform and spreading normalization. That's the whole thing. I mean, I don't know what you gotta fuck it. I mean, fuck transphobes, dude. Just fuck them.
Hold the fort. John Cleese's tone-deaf defense of Rowling left many fans bitterly disappointed, tarnishing his reputation.
Yeah.
And then he goes
It's the free market of society, Ben. Ben doesn't like the free market at all. Every time the free market runs in the opposite direction of him, every single time the free market runs in opposition of Ben Shapiro's beliefs, he's like, wow, I can't believe it. There's such a thing. I can't believe it. Ben, these are consumers saying, hey, your brand, I will not associate with it anymore due to your political beliefs. What is wrong with you, Ben? What? I don't understand how he doesn't understand. I don't get it.
After John Voight, and then he goes after Roseanne Barr. He goes after basically anybody who disagrees with him. He says many Americans imbue stars with political and social intelligence they just don't have. Great success in one field can lead to the delusion that all your thoughts are great, says the former basketball center who is now writing in The Hollywood Reporter about politics.
So do you, Ben. You're literally that.
Yes, it can, can't it? It does. It's true. There are a lot of people who think that because they're famous, they know things. Isn't that interesting? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
First of all, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is incredibly smart. If you don't know who Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has been an activist for a very long time. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has been an activist since I can remember. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has a dead name. Isn't that wild? Although it doesn't work in the same way that a trans dead name does, because he doesn't give a shit. Decaflad. He had a slave name in his own opinion, and I mean it's true. He had an Americanized name. His nickname was Lou, but his name was Ferdinand Louis Alcindor Jr. He was born in New York, and he changed his name to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar when he was with the Bucks. I believe it was with the Bucks. Is that when he changed it? Or was it with the Lakers? I believe it was when he was with the Bucks. I have to look. There it is. It is with the Bucks. The day after the Bucks won the NBA championship in 1971, he adopted the Muslim name Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he converted to Islam back in college. And so he had changed his name, but he has been an activist for, I mean, just forever. In fact, does he have? I don't know if he ended up getting any like educational boons or anything. I don't really know if he got anything from UCLA. I don't know what he graduated with or if he graduated. Anyway, he has a prolific writing career, speaking career, acting career, etc. He got the Presidential Medal of Freedom. He has worked with cancer awareness. I guess he got the Double Helix Medal for cancer awareness research from the New York Institute of Technology. And this year, he got an Emmy Award for working on a documentary called Black Patriots: Heroes of the Revolution. He's always been a activist, really, since his playing days, really, but especially after. I don't really understand how you can. Of all the athletes that are also activists to go after, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is dead last. Does Ben know that people can be good at sports ball and like be smart? Like they don't have to be exclusive? I know, right? Freezing in a parking lot, accidentally locked my keys in my car. AAA said someone would be here sometime between now and an hour and a half. Well, don't stand outside. Go somewhere where you can be warm, daughter Tiamat. That's too long.
The irresponsibility of tweeting irrational and harmful opinions to millions, regardless of the damaging consequences to their country or people's lives, proves these stars deserve the harsh backlash. Again, we are back in the mode of all that matters here is the effect that it has on leftist feelings. That's all that matters.
It's not about feelings. Okay, I know that Ben Shapiro's whole meme is facts don't care about your feelings, and that also feelings don't matter. Feelings really matter. What? Feelings are important. Did you know that how we feel is like the exact same as how we feel? Isn't that weird? Did you know that feeling good or bad is as the most important facet of your health? Like, do you know if you feel bad, you're bad? You're not good, and if you feel good, you're good. Like, it's bad to feel bad. Have you ever felt bad? Not a good feeling, because it's bad. Why are you against I will never, ever, ever understand someone like, well, it's just your feelings. It's like, yeah, that's yes. That's living. That's life. That's how it always works and always has.